Hey everybody, welcome to Gardening TLC. I am Michelle. We are at my friend Becky's house where we are going to be putting in one of the last pieces of landscaping as we've been working on this property for probably, what do you think, Becky, 5 years? 5 years at least, yeah. So come along today and check it out with us. We are going to be putting in an install in the back. We're also going to be doing some drain tile, so I'll show you how to put that in as well. It's raining a little bit out here, but we don't care. Rain doesn't stop us. We just keep on going. So come on, guys. Today's video, we are going to talk about some Hisea boots. What's really cool about these Hisea boots is they will keep your feet warm and dry. Now, they approached me about doing a video for them, and I actually already had their boots. And I bought them back when I saw a video. I like to watch Growfully, Jenna, and she grows a lot of vegetables, and she's really good at explaining just different vegetable growing techniques and things that she does in her garden. She lives in Ohio, and I just really enjoy watching her. Well, she did a video about these boots on her channel, and so it made me go buy the boots. So I actually already had a pair, but then they approached me about doing a video for them, and so I got 2 more pairs of boots. Now these are the boots that I chose, and these are just like ankle boots, but I really like them. Number one, they're really super pretty, but look, when you fold down the tops of the boots, they're kind of styling too. So check it out. You can make them look all pretty too. Now today I'm going to wear them up because it's wet out here. It's raining on and off, and I want to keep my feet warm and dry, so we are going to be wearing these. Now, I did get a pair of rain boots as well, and my daughter's going to wear those. You'd like to get a pair of boots from Hisea, check this out. Here's a link down below. You can get the boots, get a discount while you're at it, which is how I bought my first pair, was from watching another video, using the link, and getting a discount. So if you want to get a pair of waterproof boots and ones that will keep your feet warm and dry, check out Hisea. I really like their boots. Another thing that's really cool about these boots is this came in my box. Keep dry, keep warm. This is a lifetime warranty for my boots. So 2 steps, 1 minute to sign up and enjoy it. So not only do I get a great pair of boots, I have a lifetime warranty on all the products that I buy from them. Yeah, that's awesome. Check it out. Here are the rain boots. Aren't these the cutest little boots ever? I love these. All right, Kimmy's gonna wear these boots, and we're just gonna wear them while we're working today. Now what they've been doing is they have been clearing this area back here of weeds, and we're gonna cut in a natural trenched edge. We're gonna have a flagstone path and just do a really pretty planting here, and it kind of finishes out the design that we've done. So one of the things that we're doing is they have 4 different drain tiles that come up off the house, and we're going to be burying the drain tiles. So what we do is we took off their gutter attachment that runs out, and we are going to be attaching a piece onto the gutter, and then what we do is we dig a trench out. Now the biggest thing you want to remember whenever you're doing drain tile, as far as how far away you're moving that drain tile, you're basically taking the water and we're moving it out into the yard. The number one mistake that I see with drain tile is people think water flows uphill. Water does not flow uphill. Water flows downhill. So you have to make sure whatever grade that you're doing, it's going downhill and it doesn't like backwash back and forth. You need that water to come out of that drain tile wherever you're going to, because you're basically taking water and moving it from one place to another, and it needs to flow downhill. So they're going to dig this trench out, and then the other thing that we will do is we will put pea gravel in the drain or in the ditch that we, or trench or whatever you want to call it, before we put the drain tile on top of it. That way the water will also around the drain tile drain, and it allows it so that the drain tile has something to sit up on to give it some support. All right, so they're going to keep trenching this out. Another one that we've started right here, and he's going to come out into the yard. This is the area where we're going to be doing the landscaping, and one of the things that we're going to be doing is we'll be putting flagstone right here. That's going to lead us out into the lawn. We are also going to be using some of the same Catalina edgers over here on the edge. That way the millings that we put here don't mix with the mulch that we're going to put over here. So as you can see, Kimmy is wearing the rain boots. How are they? Are they comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll keep her feet dry. I love the chickens. They are my favorite part of the boots. They're cute and they're functional, so that is great. All right, so she's gonna keep working in this area, smoothing it out. We will be digging down this a little bit so that we can install the flagstone, and it's gonna be level with where the concrete is here. So we'll just take the dirt from here and we'll throw it over there. We will be doing a planting right in this area here, and then the guys are gonna do the drain tile. We have 4. We actually have one right there and one right here, another one there, and then another one around the corner. So there's 4 off the pitch of their roof right here that take all of the water. So we are going to be trenching it out and bringing it out about that far. So the bed that we're going to put in has a little pathway in it. We'll have the planting along the house right here, and then it's just an arc that goes all the way around, like this little add-on room right here. There's just an arc that goes all the way around. So as we come this way, we will dig in a natural trenched edge when we're done, but you can see it just comes over here, and then there's another little pocket here with an air conditioner, and this is all shade back here. So we want to put things in that will grow here because we do have this big maple tree right here. Now we do get pockets of light in here, so there are some things that we can plant. I think there's like 4 to 6 hours of sun, so we're in that part shade situation here. All right, at any box store, you can buy the gutter attachments, which is what we bought, and then we're gonna screw them back in. We attach the drain tile, okay? And then we bring it out to the end and we attach a popper to it. Now the popper is something that you put on the end. Let me see if I can pull it out here before they bury it. Okay, you put it on the end, and what happens is the water comes through the tube, which has to come downhill, and then it'll push this part up, and it'll spin the water out at the end. Okay. Next, we are going to put what we call asphalt millings in the path. And what it is it's recycled asphalt. And we are just going to tamp that down into the areas that we've already created a path with. We are also going to be putting it in between the joints of the flagstone. Here are the asphalt millings. Okay, the other one. Oh, that is really easy. Here, you do me. Sure. I am back at John and Becky's today. It's been about 2.5 weeks since I put that landscape install in. Right after we finished, it started raining. I never got an opportunity to come back and finish filming because the next day was when that great big storm came through and they were without power for like a week. Also, I was going to be doing a repair on a water feature that they had, and I had to wait for new lights and a new pump to come in, so I knew I was coming back. So that is another video. Stay tuned for that. It's probably going to post up tomorrow right after this one, and it's going to be on the repair and how to put the water feature in. It's these natural stone basalts. Now, as we go through today, you're going to see that water feature working because I repaired it and then I did the filming for the final part of this video. This farmhouse right behind me has been in their family since 1904. So that's like 5 or 6 different generations. They are active farmers and they are all about family. So one of the things that they wanted to do when they met me back in 2017 was they wanted to create this nice area around their house because they love to be outside. And so this porch right here behind me, this is where they really like to hang out. And this was the very first section that we did. Now they're getting ready to have a wedding here in September, so you can see some stuff that's out of place and whatnot, but they're doing different things to get ready for the wedding. But let's just walk around real fast and look at the different areas that we did. And we've been working on this since, 2017, I think is when we did our very first section. And then we did different sections over the years until we ended up with this final section that we just did. And I'll go over all the plantings of that as soon as we take a tour. This was the first area that we did, and this is the door that they use to go in and out of the house. This is a working well that they have right here. We did a Jane Magnolia. We've got some pretty boxwoods planted underneath it, and then a dwarf Alberta spruce. One of the things that we wanted to do at this location was to create kind of a country look, but to keep it low maintenance. As we look down the sidewalk, we've got some little lime hydrangeas with the little Viet Susies, black-eyed Susans, and then some of the Korean feather reed grass. This was also one of the first gardens that we did because this porch right here is where they like to sit in the evening and just chill. So that was important to them that we had this great area for them to look at. So we created this garden in here, and it is kind of a little bit of a cottage garden, and we used an old trowel to create a water feature that we lined with pond liner and then put flagstone along the outside edge. The pump is sunk down into the bottom, and then we just did a makeshift hose that came up through a faux pump. So it's not really a working pump. It just looks like it is. We actually put in a lot of really fun cottagey things in here. Our main tree in here is a prairie fire crab, and then down at the bottom of that we have the magic carpet spireas. Flanking the porch and creating a little bit of a wall, we have a dwarf Korean lilac, and he keeps these nice and trimmed so they don't get crazy big. And then look, I have boulders in there because you know me, I love boulders. We already had the paver walkway pavers here, so we reused them just to create a little walkway coming through. We've got alliums, echinacea, black-eyed Susans. In the back corner, we've got the incredible hydrangeas. These are the little fire tidbits. We've got a little weigilla in here. This is the spilled wine, and then some of the roseate geraniums. Swing around over here, we've got a big hosta, and then we just moved some hostas right here. There was nothing there, and we decided that we wanted some green there to spill over onto the sidewalk, so we added that. And then if you peek in this way, we do have one Patriot hosta and a couple that look like they're struggling, and then one Nepeta. Now, one of the things that I did ask Becky is if she's fertilizing in the spring. She said she's not. So that will be a practice that she'll start doing so that everything will continue to grow and get fed, because they do. They need food every year. Now, the other thing that we did, and this was not the next year, but maybe 2 years in between the projects, is we created this area out here between the trees. We totally lined it with boulders and raised it up because these are maples, and we wanted to be able to create a planting area, and we wanted to put a water feature out there. So this is where we fixed the water feature, which is a triple basalt, and they're running now, but you'll see a video tomorrow if you tune in on what we did to repair those, because when we got here they weren't working. In this bed we have put a lot of shade plants in here. We have a conocloa grass, we have azaleas, hostas, so a lot of different things in here. Now, right now it looks pretty shady, but this gets light throughout the whole entire day, in and out, in and out, in and out. So there's enough light in here for everything that's in here to do pretty good. And again, Becky does need to get out here and fertilize stuff every year, and she said she'll start doing that starting next year. Now, the basalt feature, I love this thing. It is so awesome. I love water features. We do have lights that are not only in the pillars, but we also have lights that shine on the pillars, and those actually change colors, and he has a remote control and a program that allows him to do that. And then if we come over to the big trees, you can see right here I have spotlights here, and then there's another one there, and it uplights the trees at night. And that is so cool when you can uplight a tree, or when snow is falling. It just looks so nice. So this was another piece that we did, and this one has been in, well, it was the second, part 2 of what we did. Part 3 was this pergola. We built this from the ground up, and then we used recycled asphalt as the floor. They have a fire pit in here, and we put the rails up on here. They actually dropped the lights, but this thing we did, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and I know that they use this area a lot. The same time that we did the pergola, we actually put in the raised garden bed. We did this out of a Brussels dimensional stone, so all the bricks were the same size. It's a Unilock product. He doesn't have a garden in here this year, but I know he's had one every other year. All right, so as you transition out into the walkway, we did this corner right here and planted it up. We have kept everything very simple and low maintenance and easy. So along the house back here, we have deer villas. This is the Kodiak Black, and I'll tell you what, these will grow in dry shade, they'll grow in sun, they'll grow in part shade. Super versatile, don't have to be pruned, and they have really burgundy black foliage that's really intense, more in the spring and the fall, and then it's got this nice little color on it here in the summer. And now the flowers are done, but it does get these little intense yellow honeysuckle flowers all over it. They get 4 by 4, and they grow in zone 4 through 7. So we flank those along the edge of the house. As we back out, you can see that we did put a juniper in here. This is a skyrocket. It's got a nice blue color on it, and it's going to grow up right in between the opening right there. These are pretty skinny. It's a skyrocket, only getting up to 24 inches wide, and they get maybe 20 feet tall. So that's going to be her nice blue element. Back out a little bit more. In a nice arc here, we have a Danica arbovita, grows in zone 4 through 8. These guys don't have to be pruned. They have a pretty green foliage on them. They stay in these nice little balls, and the Danica only gets 2 by 2. I think the biggest I've ever seen them get is 2.5 by 2.5. So they're pretty small, and they're really sweet. In front of that, we drop down to the next layer, and this is the Rock and Grow Coral Jade from Proven Winners. He grows 16 to 18 inches tall, and he grows in zone 3 through 9. They get maybe 28 inches across, but they have that different two-tone color going on, and I really like these. The next layer that we did is in front of the window here. It's like the bonus room that juts out from the house, and we did 3 of the little lime punch. Now, one of the things that you'll see when you buy new hydrangeas is, see how this is kind of splayed out right here, because what happens is there's nothing wrong with your hydrangea, and don't stop watering it, but look how big these flower heads are. So these are really big, and what happens is they're just too heavy for these new stems to hold them up, so they flay open like that, and they'll stay like that for the rest of the year. But then if you cut them back next year, they produce even stronger stems, and then they'll stand upright. So a lot of times when you're buying hydrangeas later in the season and you put them in the ground, this is what you'll see. Now, you could certainly cut these back, or you could live with them flayed open like this for all the beautiful flowers on it. So this is a little lime punch, gets anywhere from 3 to 5 feet tall and wide, and that really is going to be dependent on how much sun it gets. Now, these are going to get hot afternoon sun as the sun travels over the top of the house. These guys grow in zone, let's see, what zone are they? 3 through 8, so a really good cold hardiness up to minus 40 degrees. Now, what I really like about these is as they mature and they get bigger, I have these at my house. They start green, turn white, turn pink, go to like a mauve, and then like a fruit punch pink. But because they're rebloomers and because the color travels up the hydrangea, you will end up with all 4 colors on your hydrangea all at the same time. Now, you might not see that the first year, but you will certainly see it the second. We line the front of it with this sweet little autumn moor grass. Isn't that great? This is a Cecillaria autumnalis, and this grows in zone 5 through 8. It's got its little plumes on it. It will fill out, but it's this cute little tuft of a grass. It blooms in early summer all the way into fall. It has white flower panicles, and then the foliage is kind of like this green yellow color. It is drought resistant. It'll grow really well here, but I just think those are so sweet. The last area we did that really does need to fill out, because everything is super little and babies, but everything in here gets pretty good size, is this back corner area where the air conditioner is. So we start all the way in the back with a Hisea AB pendula. This is a weeping Norway spruce, and this is a green one. These can get anywhere from 12 to 15 feet high, so it's going to grow up, you know, right there, not underneath any eaves. It's got plenty of room to grow. This is where the most sun comes through as the sun travels over the house, so it's going to get 6 to 7 hours of sun, which is perfect for this plant. It really does well in zone 3 through 6. Now you can try it in zone 7 if maybe you're a drier zone 7, because it doesn't really like humidity. And again, this is one of those evergreens that really likes cooler temperatures, and that's when it does its best. Every single one of these is different in how they grow. They can grow anywhere from 3 to 8 feet wide, depending on when you take the leader and bend it over. So right now we've got the leader stake to go straight up, and that's what we want it to do. But you can also pull that stake off and kind of pull some string around it and pull it down so that it's more prostate, and it'll weep along the ground. So depending on when you bend the leader, that can determine the shape. I decided to use the green velvet boxwoods in here. They get a little bit bigger, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. They do want good draining soil. Sorry about the air conditioner. This one is really compact. It's slow growing. It does retain its leaves in the winter, and it does do pretty good retaining its green winter color. These guys grow in zone 5 through 9, and again, 4 to 6 hours of sun every day, and they'll do just fine. And there's 3 of those in here, and they're planted like in an arc this way in front of the weeping Norway spruce. All right, then we back out a layer, and I know they don't look like much now, but give them 3 years, and these Miss America hostas, and there's 5 of them, again, planted in an arc, they are going to touch, and they are going to be big and glorious and big. They get about 19 inches high, but they can get up to 55 inches to 61 inches across. You realize that's over 5 feet, like the 5-foot range. That's pretty big. So we made sure that there was plenty of room for these to grow. They have that beautiful two-tone color on them, so it's really going to brighten up the shade area, make the green of the boxwoods pop. I love these hostas in front of them, and they kind of fade away a little bit, but once the Miss Americas grow and these grow a little bit, these will pop up against the Miss America. Now this is a heuchera. This is the mahogany monster. It grows in zone 4 through 9, and it's going to get about 2 feet across. I think once everything grows in, they're going to be the perfect fit. And again, they arc around the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of those that arc all the way around the front. Well, that is a wrap for today, and I have now finished working on my 1904 farmhouse after 7 years of working on different projects throughout the whole property. John and Becky finally have everything that they asked for, and I can't be happier that they have learned how to take care of it a piece at a time. So as the years progress, if they want to add something, they can, or if they want to leave it alone, they can. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, it inspired you, and that you have an opportunity to get in your garden today, because it does deserve a little TLC, and so do you. I'm Michelle. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.